Welcome everyone, I am Admin1 of VideoFX, and today we are doing a rather silly and short, forgotten piece of Marathon 2 Vanilla Wonder called What Ho, Jeeves. If you can't tell by the accent I put on there, it's supposed to be British. I don't know if the creator was British or not, or if it's like a parody, but even from what little I remember of it from years and years ago, it's not that difficult. It's more of a interesting little joke slash curiosity than anything, but I'm sure we'll get something out of it. Hopefully at least some of the images work for the terminals. So just a little break in between my attempts at Marathon Extreme Crest Tournament. Selecting it. And by the way, this is a sequel called By Jove, Jeeves, which we'll get to later on. This has just a couple of levels. Who knows if one of them is just expository or not, or one of those dummy levels that Marathon scenarios needed back then. So this first level here starts off dramatically enough. The title is called SS Dragonfly. I'm assuming that's the name of the ship we're on. It looks like you could slip out of here, but you can't. There's an invisible barrier. So this has kind of a cinematic intro about it. It's pretty dramatic. The lightning, space, just a terminal staring you right down. Look here. That face. It's a little misaligned, of course. I think it's rendering a bit larger than it's probably supposed to. In fact, I almost know for sure because I remember seeing it years ago and it not being that huge. But you could see the bottom text says, "Jeeves here. What ho?" You can see the middle of its face is shrunken. "Sorry to have awoken you from your fitful slumbers at this unearthly hour, sir, but there's a matter of most urgency requiring your inestimable prowess with a weapon of some not inconsiderable destructive power. It would appear, sir, that the dragonfly has become embroiled in a very indelicate situation regarding a number of stowaways. To be precise, 20 or so thingamies. Thingamies? Thingamies, I guess that's like a term for thingamabobs, some kind of a object or thing or creature that one doesn't know the name of, have infested pleasure at deck 42. I need not remind you that there are presently around 50 passengers on this deck, none of them whom will relish sharing their dream interstellar pleasure cruise with a collection of thingamies. If I might propel you towards some course of action, it would be to make haste for deck 42 and dispense the excess baggage touts the suite. I'd commandeer the passenger teleporters for your personal use. The passengers from deck 42 have but spirited away on a clever ruse. They are taking macrame lessons in the craft bay on the upper deck. I'd like to see that, or at least, the closest thing that the creator could approximate to that with the limits of the engine. Just make your way to the left-hand teleporter on this deck, and I'll take you to deck 42. Do what you must do. It is but a trifling matter, sir. Breakfast will be served in your quarters upon your return." So, granted, I already know from experience that this isn't that rigorous, although I don't actually recall if I played it on Total Carnage, so it might be harder, but you can tell by the terminal that it's a kind of luxurious scenario. This almost seems like it was based off of one of the simulacrum levels in Marathon 2, the original campaign. Is this one open? See if there's anything indicated on the map. Just a bunch of bobs, although who knows if any of them are simulacrums. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to disable those circuits yet. Maybe I don't have much choice right now. Anyway, yeah, pretty blocky, boxy architecture right now, but certainly the outline, as seen in the overhead map, is reflective of like a ship or an airplane. By the way, who else can appreciate that the plot of this is basically snakes on a plane before snakes on a plane was a thing? Right. Okay. That won't work. Oh, that's it. Okay, so these are the thingies, I'm assuming. If I could just kill them. I can't. There we go. There we go. Domino affects them pretty easily. Most of these doors are sealed shut. Okay. Just all these rooms of these ticks. Kind of weird that you can't hit them with the fist when they're animate, though. Oh, there we go. Takes a weird angle to do that. This is like a bathroom, I guess. Yeah. But I shouldn't bother with the fists, given that issue. I end up dying soon enough. Oh, well, that's merciful. More supplies. I guess this is supposed to be like something that helps run the spaceship. Jeeves here, sir. What's up with that? It would appear that things have rather gotten out of hand, sir. I regret to say that the thingies you so eloquently dispatched were none other than part of a prize collection held by one Mr. Nigel Davenport. This gentleman was transporting his collection to the zoo as part of a conservation breeding program. The thingamies turned out to be rather a rarity. More so now, I fear. Anyhow, sir, it so transpires that Mr. Davenport and his personal entourage have barricaded themselves into the Golden Palace ballroom on deck 63, and are even now wreaking havoc amongst whichever poor passengers or staff cross their vengeful path. They appear to have taken the recent extinction of their collection of thingamies rather badly. So am I fighting against rogue bobs now or something? The company has advised me that this matter should be dealt with in double quick time and with the minimum of fuss. They've instructed me to open up the armory, from whence I have selected a few choice delicacies for your edification. This is like the whole 007 MI6 thing, but even snootier and more luxurious. I will teleport you directly to Deck 63, where you must neutralize Mr. Davenport et al. And secure the Golden Palace ballroom in preparation for the sequence dance competition to be held there later this evening. By the way, you'll recognize Mr. Davenport. He's the rather striking chap in a blue gown, pointy hat, and sporting some sort of flamethrowery thing. So, he's an enforcer? And by the way, if so, I'll bet you the creator didn't account for the fact that I'd be playing this on Total Carnage, which would thus rule out the whole blue thing, kind of. I guess not really. I guess it depends on how the author intended to interpret different extant marathon characters, for whatever personal use. Because there aren't any custom textures or physics or anything that I saw packaged in this scenario. There's just a text file, the README. The company has also asked me to keep a minimum any structural damage. Bullet scorches are a devil to expunge from gold leaf flock wallpaper. No time for breakfast, I'm afraid, sir. Luncheon will be something to return to the so I have taken the liberty of placing a Chianti on the chill box, just as you like it. That fucking face. That'd be a great avatar. Okay, interesting. Lava wallpaper. Well, this does have more of a luxury cruise feel about it. This second level is called Charleston Shimmy, Mr. Davenport. I don't know what that means actually. Okay, so I thought these are functional doors. If they are, they can't be opened directly. So there's a save pattern. So are these the ones pissed about their thingamies? It's barricaded. as light as the scenario appears to be, I'm still interested in bidding it for my own personal edification and just to be on the safe side because I don't have that much ammunition. So this is Mr. Davenport here. Of course, it was a blue fighter, right? That must be it. It just makes it that much sillier. You know, they even portray Mr. Davenport as a human, albeit a rather twisted-looking one, and you just encounter him as a fighter. So am I just supposed to assume that he was disguised? Wait, yeah. Okay, just checking the map, make sure there wasn't any crushing traps. I like the effect of a lighting and use of lava. But anyway. Okay, so can't get up. Oh, here we go. More fighters. More thingamies. Alright, I think that's everything. Well, there's another blue fighter, so maybe that isn't Mr. Davenport. It just seems like, given how he's described and portrayed, I mean, maybe that wasn't Mr. Davenport, but it seems like it was implied that he was. In any case, I just would have thought that I'd be fighting against rogue Bobs. But I guess for that to really work, there'd have to be a custom physics file attached with this, and this is an older scenario from mid to late 90s, so it's not like this is back when it was common, or even, I don't know what the options were for embedding physics into scenarios or individual levels. It just wasn't common, that's for sure, and I can't imagine that someone who would make this kind of low-key scenario would do that. Okay, so that might be Mr. Davenport right there. Might as well deal with these while I'm out here. Oh man, I thought I could domino effect that thing. Can I lure it out here? Maybe I can still domino effect it. Okay, did the trick pretty easy. Jeeves. Well done, sir. Bravo. The company has asked me to pass on their usual gratitude in these matters. You will receive a hefty bonus at the end of the month. Now that the sordid day's affairs are done, I will teleport you back to quarters where a steaming bath infused by essential geranium oils awaits your weary frame. That does sound very nice, Jeeves, actually. A crisp, freshly pressed suit of Harris tweeds hangs in the closet in your bridge club where they've been now gathering in the orange room for an afternoon's hen or two, as well as to glaze their asses to the dear old dean and never brush their teeth ever again. Shut the fuck up. Alright. Well, that was What Ho, Jeeves. We have time for a little more, so let's go ahead and fire up the sequel. I'm sure it'll be just as long and just as difficult. By Jove, Jeeves. Oh, might be wrong. This says 4 levels. First one is called Juvenalia. Hey, the very place we started at before. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Sir, I have to report a most unfortunate occurrence, and one which requires your immediate attention. The Japesters folly. So the drones are called Japesters now. A Japester is a mischief-making malefactor, a ne'er-do-well of quite monstrous proportions. has sabotaged the target drone from a shooting gallery on deck 578. These once innocent and dutiful gadgets, so happy with their lot in this grand scheme of things, have been reprogrammed. The very essence, the reason the tray has been irrevocably altered. Where once they were content to fly hither and thither, whilst the fee-paying public took potshots at them, these drones have now taken to firing back. It appeared that the company, following its own inscrutable logic, used a drone salvaged from an indisreputable army surplus dump. The target drones it bought, in good faith I'm quite sure, are nothing more than combat droids with reprogrammed logic boards. Most unorthodox. Someone has discovered this and reinstalled the original command sets. I fear the hunted have become the hunters. I have sealed off Deck 578, and the drones appear to be happy roaming around the shooting gallery in packs. However, we must retake this leisure facility in time for the annual small ball target finals, which are booked for tonight. Only you can neutralize the wayward drones. In addition to the drones, you will also find that a number of the target dummies, which are found suspended above some of the shooting lanes, have been booby-trapped. You must eradicate all traces of these targets. They have already claimed the life of one expert markswoman who is demonstrating a range of highly entertaining stunt shooting exercises to a group of octogenarian English tourists. The said tourists are still unaware that anything was untoward, thinking that perhaps the final flourish of dismemberment was just part of what had been a truly riveting display. But I digress. So blaze about just casualty like that. The teleporters of this level will not take you to deck 578, so I'll transport you there now myself. Once inside, you are on your own. Bon voyage, sir. Okay, so now we're in shooting gallery. Oh, this looks pretty appetizing, actually. This just alone seems like it's better than the first installment in this series. Look at this. I do like the lighting pattern in this. Shading pattern, whatever. It does have kind of an arcade feel to it. Like a first-person version of like Space Invaders or something. Be especially interesting and funny if they had like a barrier there where you were stuck in a spot for a bit and you can only move back and forth like this. Still distracted with each other, but they can't hit for shit. Ah, shit, I'm stuck in here. Okay. For a bit I thought I was going to die that way. There we go. Deal with this slacker back here. Explain that one. Alright, you know what? You're a distraction too, so be gone with you. Part of me expects them to detonate on impact like the evil adaptations of us drones do. Oh, I see. This is like a bug. They're actually up on top. I thought they were somehow placed in the air. For all I know, they might still be. Any which way, I think it's clear enough the creator put more effort into the story and terminals than in the maps or gameplay. Some pretty compelling moments here still, though. I regret to say, sir, that there appear to be a couple more rogue targets in the shooting gallery. Oh, yeah, okay. Where are they? Is it these ones? How do I get them down here? Maybe I have to use grenades to bring them down. Okay, yep, that's what it took. It's another one of those weird instances of not being able to hit something unless it's at the exact right angle. This is annoying. Will this work? Okay, that worked at least. Try now. Why the red nose on? The day's calamitous and ill-fated stars have now taken a darker, more sensitive turn for the worst, I'm afraid to say so. The juvenile prankster responsible for the carnage of my shooting gallery is struck once more, and this time the rotten scoundrel has gotten too far. I fear my usual composure, my delicate joie de vivre, and I try to bring to all that I do is in severest danger of crumbling. The swimming baths on deck 579, just above your present location, are infested with utterly grotesque monsters whose only purpose in life appears to be to eat human bathers and spew forth vulgar odors. Half of the Mothers' Union synchronized swimming team has already been lost to the marauding demons, and I fear the hopes of a pangalactic tour are now in question. These monsters appear to have been brought aboard in small plastic containers. They are, so I've been reliably informed, the latest craze to treat some of the giddier parts of the galaxy. Just add water to the tiny desiccated forms and voila, instant marauders. Our fiendish liquid merrymaker is obviously hell-bent on causing chaos aboard the Dragonfly. I have activated the security cameras on all decks at the insistence of the company and will be monitoring all suspicious activity. I'm going to teleport you directly into the Lido on deck 579. I will also try and send weapons to aid your endeavors. There's a communication port in the main bathing area. Please make your way there for further information. Clown knows it's right. The way he mentions death and foul odor so casually in the same sentence like that, as if they're equal offenses. I had a feeling from what he said that there would be these miniature fuckers. I will say though that as primitive and kind of low quality, relatively speaking, as these maps are, there's a sense of immersion about them. I do get the sense of like a luxury cruiser while I'm playing. Okay, looks like there's just some more enemies down there. Do I have to take these all on with my fists? Nothing down here. Doesn't look like I can get back up though. That might be a problem. Okay, I can. Which is good because I haven't had a save point. Here we go. Lido Liberties. As you've already probably surmised, the marauding ports are quite stupid, and the problem should not take too long to rectify. However, in addition to extermination, I would ask you to put on your engineering cap for just one moment and repair a faulty circuit board which has been removed from the control panel which guides the leader's water circulation system. The prankster, whose identity is unknown as yet, appears to have rerouted the water supply in order to rehydrate his, or indeed her, demonic swarm. I don't know how many more of these creatures are awaiting on awakenings. Would be prudent, I think, will agree, to prevent further outbreaks of incivility where at all possible. A spare circuit board can be found in the pump room behind the waterfall, near to your immediate right. Entry to the room is facilitated via the switch on the adjoining wall to your left. Please make haste to return here once the dread creatures have all been dispatched and the circuit board is in place. I may have some useful information regarding the perpetrator's identity. Okay. So I don't know if that's just temporary or not. I feel like I might want to rush. Okay. Okay. Oh. They all work on the same thing. What the? Hit the action key and it didn't do anything. I just lost my chip. This is some kind of error with the animation, but I think it actually wasted my chip. What the hell is going on there? Oh, it's a Yeti standing in a doorway. Well, at least I have a save point that doesn't work, but I don't know if the same problem will happen again the second time. Just be handy for dealing with the Yeti, the orange lava, or underwater. But unfortunately, it looks like I'll have to kill a lot of these things with my fists. At least I have enough room to run around and run punch, so it'll be a little less tedious. There's also an oxygen tank close at hand. Okay, so that didn't take too long. So this will be harder, I think. No, I guess not that hard. So just have to aim it all the way down. At least they're weaker in a way. Just checking again down here, making sure I've killed everything in this area. Looks like I have, so on to the remaining pool minions. I suppose I might as well charge and save just to be safe. Actually, looks like my time is up for today, so next time on By Jove, Jeeves, we will get through the 3rd level and probably through the 4th level, but we'll see. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye.